Today I'm making Advocaat, traditional Dutch egg liqueur, and then make the world's easiest cocktail with it, right now on Dr. Cork. So why the egg liqueur called Advocaat? According to one version, the name comes from an alcoholic beverage of the indigenous people in Brazil, which was made with avocado and was much liked by the Dutch colonists. When they returned back to Europe, they couldn't find avocado there, for obvious reasons, and tried to replace it with something similar in flavor: egg yolks. There was no avocado left in the drink, but the name remained the same. According to another version, the drink was popular with Dutch lawyers, or advocaats, who talked a lot by duty and drank egg liqueur to help relax their vocal cords, and in honor of them, it got its name. The Advocaat is similar to eggnog and is prepared very easily. The first thing you need to do is to break 5 eggs and to separate the yolks from the whites. This can be done in different ways, but I prefer to break all the eggs in one bowl and then just pull the yolks neatly out of there by hand. If you prefer to use the shell to toggle egg yolk back and forth, you can do it too, or use any other way, I don't really care. Then add sugar, vanilla sugar or vanilla essence, and a pinch of salt to the yolks and give them a good whisk to combine everything. By the way, you can find all the ingredient amounts on my website, the link is down below. Whisk until the mixture increases in volume and lightens in color. By the way, eggs, as well as hands, should be washed thoroughly beforehand, I hope it is clear. You can also add about a quarter teaspoon of turmeric. It will not give much flavor, but will make the drink more yellow. Or another option, add a little saffron. It will also help with the color and also gives its aroma, which goes well with egg liqueur. Just don't overdo it, because saffron is pretty fragrant. And also you can add any spices you like. Cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom and so on. It's not gonna hurt, but I personally prefer the original. Put the bowl on the water bath, a pan with boiling water. Take a silicone spatula, although you could continue to use a whisk, and stir thoroughly while the mixture heats up. At this point you can add milk to make the mixture a little thinner, although you can do it at any point of the cooking process. And if you want to eat your egg liqueur with a spoon like a true Dutchman, you can basically leave it out altogether. It's important to make sure that the eggs don't overheat, so stir continuously. I even changed my hand because the first one got tired. Stir and stir for 5 to 10 minutes until the mixture thickens. It is very easy to check if it's ready. Run your finger along the spatula, the line remains, it means that everything is done. Now pour a mixture into the bottle, sterilized with boiling water, through a sieve or a mesh strainer. I do this just in case, to filter out possible egg clots, although I didn't have any. Before adding the alcohol, let it cool down a bit so it doesn't evaporate too much, and add brandy or cognac, 150 milliliters or 5 ounces. By the way, this bottle is from the cheapest gin I've ever seen. I like the bottle, poured the contents out, and here it is. Close the lid, shake thoroughly to mix everything, and put it in the fridge overnight to let the liqueur cool down completely and the flavor to stabilize. By the way, instead of brandy, you can easily use vodka, rum, spiced rum, and pretty much any spirit you like. And there it is, our pretty little boy. In a different bottle, not quite as dramatic, but the contents are the same. The aroma is distinctly cognac. Very pleasant. Color-wise, of course, it's less yellow than something like Bols or De Kuyper, but you could add just a little bit of turmeric or a drop of yellow food coloring. Very pleasant, not that sweet, and actually not much different from what is sold in stores, but unlike them, made with love. And now I'm going to make the most Christmas cocktail in the world, but before that I'd like to tell you about the club I made just for you. It is called The Nothing Club. You can join YouTube membership or become a patron and become, for example, Zilch Zealot, Void Voyager, Empty Enthusiast, and so on. All those tiers have one thing in common: they get you nothing. Nada, naught, except my gratitude. Links are down below. Muchas gracias. Okay, Snowball cocktail. Only 2-ish ingredients, and by the way, I had a video about 2-ingredient cocktails, check it out. It is built right in an old-fashioned or a goblet glass like this, filled with ice. And to it I'm gonna add 2 ounces of 60 ml of my homemade egg liqueur, Advocaat. And top it off with Sprite or 7-Up, either the same amount, 2 ounces, or a little more, 3 to 4 ounces. Personally, I prefer to add some other lemonade that has acidity to it. Sprite and 7-Up have almost none, but we can fix that by adding a little bit of lemon or lime juice. Just about 5 to 10 ml. Stir with a spoon carefully so that the gas doesn't escape completely. And garnish with a homemade cocktail cherry, which I have already shown you how to make. Link is down below. Memories. I first tried this cocktail in Spain in 2006 in Calella. I found out the names of the ingredients from the bartender, came home and decided to make one for my friend's birthday, who had just been given a cocktail shaker as a present. So I poured in some Advocaat and Sprite to the shaker and shook it. Yeah, don't do that. But nevertheless, it's a beautiful and very Christmassy cocktail. Stupid easy to make. There's also a great lemon pie cocktail with Advocaat. I've made it with my other pie cocktails not that long ago. And that's how we make a delicious creamy Advocaat that's sure to get you excited. Sorry. Tell me in the comments what should I make next. The recipe with all the ingredient amounts is on my website, thedrcork.com. And if you want to support my channel, join the Nothing Club on YouTube or Patreon. Drink responsibly, and as always, до свидос.